Hello, everybody. This is Jim Ogrozinski with your lecture video of the week. So, in this week's lecture video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Murray and Unger articles that are the subject of discussion board number 11. I believe it's number 11. I've taken the time and read through and graded up much of the posts for discussion board 10. I'm just want to make sure that trying to direct everybody's focus of once you have kind of express your ups and downs with higher education, that we begin to start moving away from actually things we have to live with as far as higher education. Fortunately, right now, COVID and remote learning is something that we might have to live with for a little while longer before we get to back to normal. And matter of fact, it might be a real serious problem about remote learning or online classes because it may be around for a while. So there may be some research out there that you can use to hold up an argument on that. But we want to get away from some of the day-to-day type of problems that we deal with to something that's serious like cost or the ability to work and get through a college education. It's kind of critical. So the interesting conversation here for the two articles here is let's get to Murray first. Murray runs, he actually has a very distinct argument. Now, if you look at this particular published date, it's 2008. We're coming out of the Great Recession. At that time, much like now, we just continuously started talking about the value of a higher education. And Murray really does have some significant thoughts on it. You may or may not agree with Murray about what he says. One of the items, let me get to the textbook here. In Murray's article, you have to isolate his argument against a four-year degree. What is it? Much like we tried to take apart the blue-collar brilliance and Mike Rose's argument, what is Murray's argument about the college degree? And also the other prompt says is what does Murray have to say about college textbooks and the intellectual ability of today's college students? So reminding you now, this was written back in 2008. So think about that as you're reading through Murray's article. He talks about the bachelor's degree as a measure of job preparedness. And also, what's the solution that Murray offers in his article? So he talks about a college education, about how it's a qualification or a job qualification. And in fact, because it is a job qualification, a lot of students go to college that maybe don't really have the skill set or shouldn't belong in college. And he cites various factors in that. Intelligence is one, capacity to pay is another. You might find some offense in what Murray is saying, but he does have a point in his argument, all right? And it's kind of set up as a problem solution format, just like our essay 3 will be a problem solution format. On the other hand, okay, Unger, let's see, when he wrote his article, I think it was sometime after Murray. So here, Unger, Sanford Unger writes kind of like a rebuttal to Murray's thinking at the time about the misperception about the liberal arts because college has become very expensive. About this time, right after the Great Recession hit, people were really kind of scrutinizing the cost of higher education. We all know it's expensive, but we were scrutinizing the value of the liberal arts degree and then how people should train in STEM fields, or like Murray indicates that people should train in career education, that they would be better served with that. But, with the structure of the Unger article is where he states the misperception, okay? And he explains the reasons for the misperception, but then he goes to counter argument, or what I would say refute the misperception on what a liberal arts degree would benefit people, how that would benefit people in society, right? So he has these 7 misperceptions that he puts forth, he explains and refutes. So you're going to want to take a look at these and work through them as ready to write the post for discussion board. Let me close all my tabs, get out of all my PDFs, and look at some of my prompts here. Okay, what does Unger say about low-income and first-gen students? According to Unger, people should not avoid studying philosophy or physics. Philosophy, people say, oh, it's a frivolous major. Well, actually, you have to do quite a bit of critical thinking and reading and writing in a philosophy degree, in a philosophy course, if you've ever had one. It's kind of a little mind bending there, but he talks about that, the long term benefits. I believe Unger's position is that a liberal arts degree teaches you how to learn, how to read, think, and learn. And in some aspects, you're going to be reading and thinking and learning your entire life because we just have a dynamic economy. Technology is moving so quickly that you're just going to find yourself often going back to school or taking a different program or learning something new. So therefore, you have to create with this growth mindset about how do I keep learning in order to survive. I say this at every time in one of these in this unit is that I can guarantee you that you will work a job at one point in your life that has not yet been created. And I can guarantee you that. The days of working 30 years someplace is just kind of like not around anymore. We often move different employers from place to place, all right? So the idea here is put these two in conversation. I do believe the initial post is quite a bit longer than our usual post. Make sure we get an excellent conversation going between the two. All right, that being said, if you have any questions or issues, please send me an email. Good luck and stay safe out there.